Hi, everybody. So I figured I better get out the old B Bible and do a little bit more study. And boy, I'll tell you what, I sure stunk it up on the river today, you guys. But I was casting instead of trying to catch. But it still would have been nice to catch a fish. I sure got a lot of the fin today. So I'll fill you in on that with the fishing report. We'll wait for a couple of people to come in and I'll keep on looking at some really cool pictures. Let me tell you something. Going through this bead Bible, you get to find out who was who and who did what. And let me tell you, a lot of those companies that contributed to this book are still around, you guys. That's pretty awesome. Ah, I see we've got some people in. Well, what's up? Uh, In and on the net's in. Jeff Strover's in. Jeff, thank you for that order today. I'll make sure that I spice that up a little bit for you. And Wilson Flanders is in. Hi, Jay Wilson. And I appreciate the support, you guys. Boy, I'll tell you what, I sure had a rough day. I was out fishing and not doing no catching. So I figured I'd break this guy back out and find out what I was doing wrong. So anyway, as I was saying that inside of this book, let me tell you something. A lot of the names that we used to hear, we just don't hear that much of anymore. What a shame. It's these guys really. I mean, they wrote a great book. Talked a lot about the bead fishing world, which is coming really quick, if not now already. So, and then, hi, Jody. I see my wife's in. Almost time to drift beads for steelheads. Oh, don't you know, Mr. In and on the net. So, you guys, I'm telling you. So, I wanted to go ahead and take the journey from the freshwater, from Tidewater today, and see where the fish were jumping, right? So, I started down very, very low on our river, and there was lots of fish. Let me tell you something though, to get down to that spot was really, really tough. But it was worth it. I got to see a few of the darker fish, but mainly bronze and silver, you guys, right at the headwaters. So I'm going to say that we still have a lot of fish coming in, you guys. I actually worked the river up quite a ways and was still seeing jumping fish that were still silver. I see a lot of jacks up higher. So if you guys need to go pick up a few jacks for free, get it, pick up sticks, get some jacks. Hiya, Bryce, welcome in. So if you guys need to go pick up some of those, I would. And then tonight I wanted to sort of share before we got into the fishing report. Hey guys, listen, you really need to go to your ODFW site and take a look around because you're going to find out. First off, one of the rivers that I would recommend, which I can't say the name, but they just increased their fish count. So you're actually allowed almost four fish in one day. You get to keep a wild. You get to keep some hatchery fish. So if you take a look, this is a clue for you guys. If you take a look who just upped their fish counts, that's the rivers, and now those systems are what I'm going to recommend right now because they have a later run. But if you also look, you're going to find out there are some other rivers that haven't been open until November. And those rivers are holding fish as well. So I would definitely get into your ODFW website and find out for updates what rivers just opened. And I would be working some of those too. Those fish have not been harassed. They haven't seen anything except for what they saw in the ocean. And I'm going to highly recommend that this weekend. The rivers are just rising, you guys. I'm inside of the studio with a metal roof, and I can just hear it coming down. So I got up this morning with plans of moving vehicles around and all the rest of it. And it was raining already. And you know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to what the bead Bible said and put a bead in front of it. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Um, so listen, I got finned by those fish a lot today, you guys. There is a bunch of fish still in the river, and trust me, there's still chromers. I would start your headwaters for your freshwater. You're going to see that those fish are holding. Hi, Aria, welcome in. You're going to see that those fish are still holding. With the water's going up the way that they are, it's all about the bead fishing right now, you guys. I couldn't even get them to take a sand shrimp today. So they were being really picky. Now, I did catch the biggest bullhead I've ever caught in my life. He was like this big. No, I'm just kidding. He was about that big. He was pretty big, I'm telling you. And his belly was full, too. So, with the king tides coming in, you guys realize that starting tomorrow, our tides are 9'1", 9'2", 9'3". So that's just going to blow water in and hold those rivers back. So they're going to fill up even a little bit more, and they're definitely going to get a chance to get a whiff of that dirt and that fresh water, and they're really going to start moving, you guys. The rivers have got enough water in them. I think In and On the Net was working on some water flows for all of you guys. I hope that that comes out for you so that you can find out what your river flows are. Don't think that those fish are all the way up high already. I would start down low and start working my way up because they're going to be moving in pods because they're already held up in the fresh water. So, but they can get through. So I was about middle of our river system, and started seeing the diminishing. So there's still, like I said, a bunch of fish down low. Guys, all of these coastal rivers, north and down, that's where you're going to want to fish. And then as we get past the center part of this and get into the southerner rivers, I'm telling you, you get to keep quite a few more fish. And those fish come in a little bit later. So I'm going to say, you know, I'm almost going to say check the new rivers that just opened up. I would hit those, and they're all pretty close to a main tributary river. And I would go fish those ones that just opened up. I would fish those. Then I would get on to your main tributary rivers at the headwaters. Okay, with the king tides, the crabbing is just done, guys. And you get further back up in the bays, but it's going to get all stirred up with this rain and the big high tides, you guys. So I would say give the crabbing until after these high tides, these king tides, which are here until Thursday. So I'm going to say that just the crabbing, I just hold off on it for right now. Okay, so let me go in and take a look. Jeff. So Jeff brought up the hoodie. So Joe has got our hoodies to where she likes them and I like them. They've got the happy hooking on the sleeve. They've got the Godsent logo with our beads, lures, and scents. And those will start hitting the website here real shortly. They're a great price, you guys. So we've got some swag coming for you. And actually, we haven't made up. We've just sort of left them in the store to see what they would do. But the store's been real slow. So Joe will be putting those up in some t-shirts for you as well. I like them. They're extremely comfortable, you guys. And this we can actually wear out somewhere nice. I'm not going to wear this one fishing, that's for sure. Because, eggs, sand shrimp, bee juice, scents, just you name it, it gets all over your shirt. I'm just not going to do that with this one. But this one's a really comfy one. So that's what is new this week. So Jeff, I heard that you were out hunting. I hope that you got your elk. And I would imagine that everybody's trying to dodge in between all these storms. to get out and get their deer meat or their elk meat. So I wish you all the best of luck with that. So hey guys, so as I was going through the Bead Bible, um, I actually, because that I don't want to do the bait lab, I was thinking about coming in the studio and maybe taking a couple of paragraphs out of the books, out of the book, and reading it to y'all. So I'm thinking about doing that. You guys can let me know later what you guys think. Let me tell you, I'm just really really excited about doing something new inside of the studio, you guys, because the weather is getting bad. I mean, I'm going to have to, oh, no elk or deer this year. Sorry, Jeff. So, hey, if anybody's got any jerky or sausages, it sounds like Jeff's going to need some. Um, so, we've got new and exciting things coming for you guys. Listen, I've been working on a weight system. It took me a while to get everything put together. But today I've got to go out and run it again, but now I have it set up right. So I have the line through. Okay, so if you do catch a salmon or a steelhead and it's in the bigger size, this weight right here, which is a very thin weight, has a line through it. So in other words, there's two pieces of metal coming down to make that loop at the top. Okay, so this is a super strong weight. I have made a video today of me out working this new weight. And let me tell you guys something. Like I said before, it lays down. My sand shrimp wasn't flying off. And that's what I was mainly just using sand shrimp today. So I was taking this on a bobber dodger and just winging it, you guys. And that sand shrimp was not coming off. I also noticed that as I was going through the rocks with this, that I was not getting hung up, you guys. And I was bobber dodging. I was trying to get hung up. In the video that I did, you'll see where I got hung up, but that was on the bead. That wasn't on this weight. So I'm going to say that this weight right here is going to change the way that we set up our bobbers, you guys. I am excited about it. I've noticed that because of its design, it works differently than a 1 ounce or a half ounce, right? This is a quarter right here, and I was using it as a half ounce. It was taking my bobber dodger the first time. I didn't bring a smaller one, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, this one's a half ounce. So I'll just run it on the half. It just sunk the bobber. So I went ahead and went with the quarter and it ran it perfect all day long, you guys. I was able to cast it easy. It worked really, really well. So be looking for these and that video coming out here really quick. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about the spinning gel. Guys, I did a video a while back where I said, hey, guys, you need to have these in your tackle box. Okay. Today I finished off the final process of taking the spinning gel out, and I put a worm behind it and just let these two come down the river. What an effect. I actually bobber dodged this so that I could see if I could get this thing to spin going down the river. Oh my goodness. The bites that I got were so fast and so ferocious that I'm too slow. That's why I plunk, right? And I had my stiffer rod too. I just couldn't get to him in time. Now the bullhead cooperated with me though. He stayed on there for a while for me. And I got to, as that bobber dodger came back around, I reeled up and felt him and set the hook on him right as that thing came back around. So he was about the only one that would cooperate with me today. So maybe I probably shouldn't be bobber dodging. I'm just not fast enough. So I did get out and do that today. Had a blast doing it. Did some videos to show you guys. I was going to post it up on this. I was going to actually try to show it on my side screen so I could sort of narrate what was going on with it. But guys, I'm telling you, and gals, you need to have this in your tackle box. These guys, I'm working the colors now. We're going to shoot all of our baits from our crazy egg, which, Garrett brought up a really good point the other day. He goes, Kurt, he goes, last year and the year before, the crazy egg, the fire bead, the booty blues, the pink lady, the strawberry quick, all of those were all the rave, right? And now we're just not hearing anything about it, right? Because everybody else has moved on to a different bead company or a different color, right? So I'm going to go in, I'm going to shoot all of those colors again with our scent, so that you guys remember now that when I make our baits, I make them with scent. Oh, Millen's here from today. I met another guy. He saw me sitting down there cheat fishing, right? I was plunking away. and and so they were biting, but I think that they were the bullheads again. And if they were the coho, they just weren't. They would come by and tap, and they just weren't picking it up enough for me to get to stick one, right? So, but at least I tried. Um, so welcome in, Milton. Glad you made it in. Please talk to some of the guys. Hey guys, he wants to take his sons out fishing. He's a vet. You know how we honor our veterans here. So you guys might want to get to know him, because that he is definitely going to be taking that trip. So, and then Milton, you can go back to the beginning of this video because it will be posted up on Facebook and on Godsend Adventures. And you'll be able to watch the beginning of that again, how I said to go to the ODFW and check that stuff out. So anyway, guys, just to finish up about these. So I've not only trolled these, okay, I plunked these, I drift fished these, I put a worm on in front of it today and bobber dodged these. I've caught trout on the kokanee, just all the way across the board, except for a bass. I haven't caught a bass yet, so maybe I'm going to check this out and go try it for a bass just to see if we can do it, right? So I'm telling you right now, the 20 millimeter, as these waters get higher, I was getting bit on them day before yesterday. So the 20 millimeters are working. They're holding up the bait. You can put a glob of eggs on or your coon shrimp and put that behind this and they're working, okay? So just all the way across the board, the 20 millimeter and I call it a 12, but I think it's more of a 16. We can all measure it, but it just, at that point, it's the small one and this is the big one, okay? Guys, get them ordered because they just do everything. Inside of the bead Bible, it was talking about what to do with a worm. And it says stick a bead in front of it. So, this is the perfect bead to stick in front of a worm and run it down the water, because when this spins, it makes the tail wiggle. I'm telling you, this year I'm going to be catching a lot more fish because of what it does to the tail. So you're going to want these. And listen, all I did was just put a small bead, a silver bead in between them, in between the worm and this, and it just spun perfectly. I've got it in the video, and I'll try to get that up for next week because I want to put the split screen so that we can do that. All right, so is anybody, oh, you're very welcome, sir. The hospitality is wait till you meet the guys. These are a bunch of really good men and women too, by the way. So guys, does anybody have any questions? I'm telling you, the rivers are just freaking awesome right now. They're going to rise another foot. I heard a story. Now it's a story and I can't confirm it, but I do believe somebody caught the first steelhead already. And with these king tides coming in, that my river is going to hit the perfect plunking spot. So I'm going to be down there doing some plunking. Okay. So guys, the store, I wanted to talk about that too. So I kept trying to think about how I can make it so that people could get separate beads of different colors into their boxes and pick the colors that they wanted. Well, the only way I could think about doing that was to leave the bins open, which is really good for the beads because they oil up even more from the scent. Um, that way you can literally go through the sizes and the colors and build a box the way that you wanted to. So if you haven't been by the store, this week I'm shooting, um, and I'm thinking about maybe doing it on like a private message where you guys can pick your box. Then I will walk through with you and pick your beads and then ship it. But the problem with shipping a box is that they're more money, right? So I'm trying to adjust that. So that's just an idea. Let's see what you guys all say about that. But at least that way you get to pick the size of the bead that you want, because I'm going to go from 10s all the way up to the 16s this year. I do have the 17, I do have the 19, and I do have a 20. I just don't think that we're going to need those, but if you guys do, I can shoot them, as well as do some custom beads for you guys too. Now, I will say this, the Dragon's Blood did come in. I did the first shoot with it, and it made a perfect eye in that bead. I mean, an eye like two lines, and it looks just like a dragon's eye. So, guess what? Dragon's Blood turned out to be a dragon's eye. So, guess what the name of the bead is? Dragon's Eye. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. These new colors aren't milking up our beads at all. And they're adding just that super, super fine glitter to them, which the fish go nuts over. Today, I used the Ball Buster. That was the most beat up one that I've ever. I mean, I just literally beat this thing to death. I'm literally running it over rocks, you guys, with the way that we fixed that hook. If you guys don't have a Ball Buster yet, you need to get it out on the river and give one a try. All right, guys. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions. You know what? The Bead Bible is a great read. Now, I have some very, very old books that because every time I'm in a bookstore, I go over to go check it out. I have some very old books with some very old methods of fishing that I think that we need to revisit, you guys. We want to have every tool in our toolbox when we go out to go catch our fish. And I'm thinking about pulling up some of the things that I never see anymore and reintroducing that to you guys. So let me know if you want me to break those old books out and maybe because they've got lots of pictures about how to set things up, the river conditions, all the rest of it. There were some very thorough books. They're pretty thick. And it's all about method and style and reading the river to making sure that your presentation is good. The same as the Bead Bible. These ones are just a little bit older than the Bead Bible is, but it doesn't hurt to take a look back at history to find out, where we're going with our future. Okay, everybody, I see that. Well, now we've got a few more in, so we'll hang around for a few more minutes. Hey, guys, what do you think of the studio? Is it coming along better? How's the lighting? Is the sound better? By the way, Garrett Brown did win. He guessed what was new inside of the studio, and he did win. So, but he said, Kurt, you could just give it back to the guys. So, next week, not only will I have the video up, because I'll figure out how to do it, I'll have the video up for you guys, plus our new hoodies, right? And our t-shirts. Those will be on the website. But I'll tell you what, we'll still play the game next week. And of course, it's going to be, this is just one of the boxes, right? We have two boxes. It's got our worms in it. It's got our Spinning Joes. It's got our soft okies in them. It's a really good little box. It's got our porky in it. Oh, by the way, I put one of these in front of a worm today. Looks just like a jig head, guys. I got to get into the bait lab and put some eyeballs in these guys. So, but right now, what I'm going to be concentrating on is shooting all of our colors from last year, and the year before, and getting those oiled out. So when I show you guys the picture of the wall being full, know that those beads are ready because they got bagged up. So I'm going to do the magma, which at the beginning of the season, you guys, I'm telling you, that's just a scary bead. Um, I'm also going to say that when they're not biting, don't forget that Moody Blues, guys. That Moody Blues, and when I add the new Dragon's Blood to that Moody Blues, it's going to improve it tremendously. But it's already a good bead. Um, All right, you guys. Sorry about that. Our internet outside was just not working. That storm is definitely coming through. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to finish off this stream for you guys. Listen, everybody remember this is God Sent Fishing. Happy hooking, which is now on the sleeve. Have a good night.